Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching. So the book I'm talking about today, I had to give back. It was a loan, so I had to give back. So I got a printout copy of the cover. And this is The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys. And I love her writing. I don't want to say she takes obscure um, historical events. She takes historical events that are important to global history, but because of the Eurocentric way of teaching European history, some places like Spain, which is in this book, get overlooked. The last one I read, I Must Betray You, was about the Hungarian Revolution, starting with World War II, when Hitler came into Hungary and the anti-Semitism there, which is not reported a lot. Hungary, in the Jewish community, is not a country that they speak highly of, because they so quickly gave over their Jewish population to Hitler during World War II. And then, of course, during the Cold War, they were added to the Soviet bloc. So she talks about, not everybody was anti-Semitic during World War II, and not everybody was, in favor of communism during the Cold War. So I won't go into all the others, the other topics that she talks about. Salt to the Sea, though, I loved it. That's my favorite one. This is right up there, though. The Fountains of Silence deals with the Spanish Civil War. So if you are a student watching this video, I want you to think about, what do you know about the Spanish Civil War? Yeah, that's pretty much it. What do you know about Spain's involvement in World War II? Yeah, not many people do. And I grew up believing that the reason why we didn't study or didn't know about Franco, the dictator of Spain, for lack of a better term, is because he had such a hold on his country that even Hitler and Mussolini were like, dude, you got this country on lock. Good for you. Okay, so we're going to be taking over Europe. You just hold down Spain, and then we'll join forces, because Franco was anti-Semitic. Although I do want to talk about the certain part of Spain that was very kind to Jews and saved many lives during the Holocaust. But in this story, we have Daniel Matheson, a big kid, cowboy from Texas, very wealthy oil family. His mother is Spanish. So they go over to Spain, and there's some family drama there. I'm not going to ruin that for you. But they're over there in the Hilton, which back in the 50s and 60s was like the Four Seasons of hotels. So very wealthy. They are given a concierge named Anna, and Anna's family has been directly affected by the Spanish Civil War. Franco is still in power, still has his police roaming the streets of Madrid, which is where this takes place, arresting anybody they deem suspicious, will not let photographers take their picture. And Daniel, we find out, is a very talented photographer. Even though his father doesn't want him to go to school to be a photographer, his father wants him to run the oil business because it's very lucrative. So throughout the story, we see that Anna and Daniel fall in love, and there is some racism because, like I said, his mother is Spanish and she has not been accepted into the Dallas high society. So that's kind of why they're back in Spain. We have a baby trafficking story going on. That was part of the Franco's regime. And so you learn about that. And like I said, if you don't like reading nonfiction, read Sepetys, because she will get right in. You learn new things in a fictionalized way. I was over in Madrid. This is not a flex, but I just want to kind of talk about, like, I don't really think about Spain in certain ways. I was over in Spain in 2000 in Madrid, and we went to all these beautiful places, Toledo, um, another place that starts with S, but it just beautiful. It was La Mancha. It was hot. There was dry grass everywhere. And reading this book, I found out about this huge memorial that Franco built to the martyrs of the Spanish Civil War, the Valley of the Fallen. And I Googled it, and I remember that our tour guide in Madrid, you could tell that even in the year 2000, the Spanish Civil War was still a very open wound. And, I mean, we see it here in the United States with the Confederate flag, with our own Civil War. Some people still fly that because they still, believe in the Confederacy. But so you can see that they still haven't healed from the Spanish Civil War. And the fact that the world really doesn't know what happened during the Spanish Civil War and, the genocide that happened there, the imprisonment, the torture, just talks about we should know about this, but we don't. So I highly recommend it. I'm not going to spoil anything, but we do see Daniel and Anna's family's histories kind of, come together and then part. And it's just so beautiful the way she decides to end this, because I think that's more realistic than any other like happier ending. And there's like a plot twist that really brings the families together. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I highly recommend it. And the reason why it's called The Fountains of Silence is, first of all, when they have their secret meetings, because if Anna is seen fraternizing with the clients of the hotel, she can get fired. But they talk about silence, and in Franco's regime, you really had to be silent if you wanted to survive it. Anyone who spoke out was killed, imprisoned, tortured, whatever he felt like having the secret police do to them. But by the end, people realized we're just being slaughtered and we need to start speaking up. So the fact that we have Fountains of Silence as the title really does tell you about, why we don't know about the Spanish Civil War is also because they're still trying to process what happened to their country. And, the fact that Franco was friends with Hitler and Mussolini. I mean, I guess if your dictator impressed Hitler, that is something that I would be concerned about as well, as we are going through our political times here in 2024. Okay, so another home run from Ruta Sepetys, this time the Spanish Civil War. Definitely, if you're interested in global history, and I would highly recommend it. So thank you for watching. Like, share, or subscribe.